Hi, how are you doing? Actually, I also don't know what I wanted to record, but I just felt like recording. So, hmm, it's August, isn't it? Yeah, and by the time this video comes out, um, it will be maybe nearing National Day. So for anyone who actually watches my videos, happy National Day, I guess. Yeah. Uh, Actually, I wanted to talk about um, disability. Yeah, you know, because I was born with cerebral palsy and I didn't know what cerebral palsy was until I was maybe upper primary school, so maybe about 10 or 11 years old. But all I knew was that I was always lagging behind people when I was in school, and when we were doing like sports activities, then I would be um, not running. During the run, there would be people who would take my take my place in running or catching or relay. They would say, okay, uh, you run for Ivan, so you run twice, then I don't need to run. Yeah. So I guess this was the first time that I actually felt like I was different. Yeah. Um, you know, um, and getting another thing was also getting bullied because of your disability. I think when you are young, uh, and the peers around you, um, bullying is unfortunately, even though it's something that's frowned upon, is a very common thing. uh, can come in many forms, but in this case the form that I'm referring to is when someone has a disability and then you know uh, instead of empathizing, it's up for bullying. Yeah. um, People make fun of your handicap, your disability, uh, you know and you just lor. But the thing is that even for me, actually, I guess I just got used to it. Yeah, you know. But that was also because I was a person back in primary school. I was kind of person who was very mild, and I didn't speak up a lot, which is in complete contrast to what I am, who I am now. Yeah, so you just let people do what they want to do. Um, yeah, but then later on, when I went to secondary school, as I got more aware of my surroundings and bullying at that time, as I grew older, I got more sensitive, I got more aware of things that were going on around me, and then I just started to react, I guess. Yeah. Um, you know, Looking back at that now, it might seem a bit funny, but at that time it was just more of a coping mechanism. Like for example, uh, I remember that in secondary school, uh, there was this boy who kept bullying me, making fun of me, and you know, and like, you know, the usual like, nah, 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 you cannot catch me kind of thing. So one day I got very annoyed. Instead of trying to catch him, to hit him, I went to his table and pushed it and messed up everything. Yeah, and you know, I just made sure I made a scene. Yeah, and obviously, uh, that situation didn't end well lah. Yeah, because regardless of whether you retaliate or not, uh, when something like that happens, you know, it's the person who starts the who is seen to be reacting that gets punished. Yeah, and then people will tell you things like, don't worry lah, you know, just let them do what they want, just let them, yeah lah, they are immature, they don't understand, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah lor, reacting to bullying almost always gets you into trouble. Yeah, that's what I learned. Yeah, I have had prank calls, you know, prank call, making fun of me, calling me names, and all that. I guess along the way you just learn how to cope. Yeah, even though I was every time I entered a new environment, I was actually very scared that I would get bullied. But surprise, surprise, you know, like if you were to go back to my school life, right? I mentioned about secondary school, but you know, I didn't finish secondary school in public school. I went to private. Yeah, I went through private education um, to finish my O levels. Yeah, and the first school that I went to was actually MDIS. Over there, even at the age of 22, that's right, 22 years old. Yeah. Anyway, long story lah. I will probably talk more about that in another video. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. At the age of 22, I went to MDIS. I wanted to study for my O levels, and then yeah, I got bullied by people younger than me, a lot younger than me, and and it didn't help that I was struggling in studies as well back then. And you know, um, sometimes you just hope to find someone that perhaps, you know, if you can be part of a group of friends, then you know, can at least find support for each other. But unfortunately at that time I didn't lah. I couldn't find. Eventually I also didn't finish my private study at MDIS. I dropped out of the preparatory course, and instead for the rest of the year I took tuition, and then I went for the private candidate O levels. Yeah, and then yeah, the coming year, that was already in 2013, right? 20 when I was 22 was 2012, so 2013. And 2013, it was a godsend thing lah. Because what happened was that my brother-in-law now, he was studying at Kaplan. Then, so my mom also found out about Kaplan. And over there, you know, they have this like certificate foundation course that can lead you to a diploma and eventually to a degree. So I joke. I say that on the 21st of January 2013, the the date that I stepped into Kaplan, right, for the next 3 years, I actually sold my soul to Kaplan. Yeah, until about December 2016, then I step out. So yeah, then when I went there at first, because there's a private school, right? So you see like students from different countries. It's like international school. So, and then my first encounter with my classmates was actually not very nice, in the sense that it wasn't a direct contact kind of thing, but I saw that other students from other countries were being made fun of, or you know yeah then I thought to myself, oh crap, you know I might be one of their targets. But then, as it stands, right, because Kaplan's certificate foundation certificate course is about 2 months, and then so yeah lah, so thank for the 2 months or so, and thankfully I didn't get bullied lah, so managed to pass that one smoothly. uh, Perhaps in that environment it was good that I had classmates who uh, I didn't have to be friends with them, but at the very least, you know, perhaps mature enough to. Some people don't even care, which is in this case is good, right? Right, because if they bully you to some extent, it means they care, right? They care to make fun of you. So, I guess that was a good thing, lor.